If you guys excuse my somewhat messy background, I just kind of, first of all, I just moved back home. I had a couple issues with my landlord that weren't working out, so I decided to just get out of the situation as fast as I could, and then in the future find something else. So that's all, I guess all I'll talk about that. But I wanted to talk to you guys about why I kind of been off of YouTube for the past like maybe 6-7 months, I want to say, like where I haven't really been focused on it like I think sometimes I have been. And it all comes back to depression and things of that nature, and me going through a lot in life. And you know, as you get older, you will have times where like you don't know which way you're supposed to go with life, or what life is supposed to be. Like, what is even life sometimes? You know, I ask myself that question almost every single day, or at least every other day. And this all started when sadly I met somebody, and I tried to film a video about this a long time ago when I was really going through the process of this, and it just wasn't working, so I never posted it. But I feel like now is a good time for me to talk about it, just because I can look back at this video and try to keep myself in focus and just think like, okay, don't go back to that place. And I just spit. So I met somebody who just swept me off my feet. Like, I literally met someone who just was so amazing, and I loved everything about them. I loved being around them. And I don't know about you guys, but when you meet that one person who you just enjoy being around, you literally just want to be around them all the time. And that's how I felt. I literally wanted to be on the phone with them for hours. And the crazy thing is that I look at it now as an adult. I'm only 23 years old, but I don't spend that much time. I don't spend that much time on the phone with people. Like, yeah, we'll talk for maybe 20 minutes the most, and maybe if it's a good friend of mine and we haven't talked in a really long time, the most an hour. But with this person, I would be on the phone for hours, anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. Our conversations could never be 15 minutes long. They always had to be at least an hour, just so that we can kind of conversate and catch up with certain things. But I slowly started to realize that this person was toxic for me, because I didn't know what this person wanted. And I thought that person wanted the same thing that I did, and I fell in love with this person, and this person didn't fall in love with me. They would just tell me these things to, you know how guys are, they lie to you and they tell you like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're so pretty and smart, and you know, they tell you everything you want to hear. That's literally how this person was. And they tell me, I mean, I've confronted them about the situation, and they always say that I just took things the wrong way. And I tell them, no, homie, you led me on. At the end of the day, you sit here and act like you didn't. But at the same time, I feel stupid because I still have let this person back into my life more than once. And I sit here and wonder, why do I do this to myself? Why do I hurt myself? It's like keep poking at a bad cut and just opening it up, if that makes sense. It's just, that's literally how it is. And it's unrequited love, where I fell in love with this person, and this person just, I don't know what they wanted from me. I still to this day don't know what they want from me, because they still somewhat look for me. And I don't think you'll ever watch this video, because I never would tell you that I did this video. But if you are, you know exactly at the end of the day what you've done. And I don't know, it's crazy, but that whole relationship was in a way like, it's like when you love something so much but it's toxic for you at the same time. That's how I felt. Like, it was amazing when I was with this person. When we would talk, like, you would see me, I would have my legs crossed like a little child, and God, I couldn't wait to see the person and just talk to them and whatnot. That's literally how it was. And then at one point I started realizing how toxic it started getting, because I started drinking a lot and I started partying a lot, and you know, I was taking Benadryls a lot just to fall asleep, because I wanted to get the anxiety out of my life. And I realized it was bad when I decided to quit drinking in October. I think I might have mentioned it in one of my old videos. I didn't really drink in October, and I stopped drinking because of that person. I always said to myself, you know what, just do like this whole thing where you're just completely try to free yourself with this person. So I did. I stopped looking for them in October. I didn't look for them at all. I think we spoke maybe twice or a couple of times in October. And when October was done, I started drinking again, and it got bad. Like, I was messy, and I know how messy I've been. And I started to realize, like, where was I going with this? Like, I know what this person wants. He obviously is not in love with me because he's straight or whatever the situation is, but I don't even know how to explain it, but it just got to a point where, like, I saw myself taking Xanax, and not saying that Xanax is like a bad thing, but I was taking it with alcohol, and that is not a great thing to do. Like, you literally black out. I can sit here and tell you a story of I went somewhere and I took a Xanax and I had a couple drinks. I woke up not knowing what the hell had happened. All I remember is looking at my Lyft and my transactions on my card, and I was like, wow, boy, you need to stop. So then a couple weeks ago we decided to go somewhere, and we did, and everything was cool. And then this person asked me if I still love them, and I said, of course I love you. I will always care for you in one way or shape or form. Like, I may not be in love with you like I was at one point, but I do care for you. You're human, I'm human. And it kind of hit me when I almost got, well, not almost, I actually got in trouble at work because I got really drunk at work and caused a scene. And that's when it kind of hit me where, like, you literally need to stop talking to this person. Like, it's like if you're addicted to drugs and you're addicted to coke or crack or something like that, and you say you want to stop doing it, but yet you still keep the coke in like your dresser or your drawer or something, then you really don't want to quit it. So this unrequited love for me, it just had made me so empty. Like, I was depressed. I didn't want to film any videos. Companies would reach out to me to work with me, and I would say yes, and then I wouldn't work with them. I wouldn't do anything. And that's where I was like, dude, what are you doing? I started getting my YouTube paychecks, and they were really bad. And I was like, wow, you are really, really slacking on what you want in life for this person who's obviously not putting you as a priority, and you're sitting here putting this person as a freaking priority in your life when you're not a priority to them. If you guys get what I'm saying, like, that's how I saw it. Like, what I literally had to call one of my really good friends, and he had to tell me, like, bitch, let me come over there and fucking slap you because you're a fucking mess right now. And that's kind of what realized me. Like, that's when I realized, and it opened up my eyes, and I was like, okay, maybe I should block this person. This person is not good for me. This person is toxic. This person is making me put myself to dumb fucking things like drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm not gonna fall into that because that's not who I am. Like, I drink. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not an alcoholic, but I don't think I'm an alcoholic because I don't drink when I'm home, or stuff like that. But anyways, this person just, I don't know, they were toxic, bad, but at the same time I enjoyed being around them, and I had to start analyzing it as drugs. Like I said, just because you enjoy doing drugs doesn't mean that they're good for you. But it's hard, and I had forgotten how hard it was to truly, truly, truly love somebody and give them everything, and then them not give you anything in return. I mean, they did give you something, but they didn't give you what you gave them. And at the end of the day, I can sit here and tell myself, I know that I didn't build all of this up in my head. At one point, there was things that this person said too. So I wanted to read something to you guys, because I literally relate to Sam Smith so much right now. It's not even funny. I'm not gonna play. His album is amazing, by the way, guys. Unrequited Love is incredible. And I'm gonna read to you guys what it says. And this is what it was like a little bit after the Grammy interview. So I'm just reading it off of like Facebook or something. It says, we've all known that Sam Smith in the Lonely Hour was about a heartbreak, but we've all wondered who was the album about. According to reports, we know now that apparently it's about one of his managers, Elvis Smith. And actually, we watched an interview. He mentions that name, I think, in an interview. No relation. In an interview after the Grammys, Sam told Sun Magazine that he's managed to stay friends with the guy who broke his heart. Towards him now, I'll always love him, but I'm not in love with him anymore. I definitely don't crease the floor in pain anymore. I was the only one in the relationship. It was in my mind, and it was something I had to get over. I also made the record so that doesn't happen to me again. I don't want to fall in love again with someone who doesn't love me back. Sam also added, it's really tough to explain, but no, he's not gay. Nothing ever happened between us. I knew he loved me, but not in that way. So, if you guys have ever listened to Sam Smith's album, he has a song called Not in That Way. So that's the song that I, for a long, long time, felt connected to for a really, really long time, because I would sit here and think like, I know this person cares for me in a way, maybe. I don't even know anymore, to be honest. But I don't think they're in love with me the way that I'm in love with them. And I don't ever fall in love. Like, for me to really genuinely truly like you, you must be an amazing person, because I hold such high standards just for like certain things of myself that I would hold high standards for you. So this is where I kind of just sat there and thought to myself, like, am I gonna keep doing this to myself? Am I gonna keep putting myself through this pain, through these lies, through these moments, through these things where I don't know what this person wants and I don't know what I knew what I wanted, and I've confronted this person many of times over it, and they always make it seem like I'm the one who built this entire relationship in my head. But like I've said before, this person must have said something to me. Like, it's not like I sat there and had these fucking 6-hour conversations by myself. You called me too, you know what I mean? You called me and looked for me, and when I tell you to leave me alone, you still look for me, buddy. And I mean, who doesn't like attention, you know? We're not gonna sit here and say that no one likes attention. Everyone loves attention. Everyone wants someone to tell them that they're beautiful and that they're pretty and that they're smart and all that stuff. But are all those little lies or these little comments worth all the pain that you put yourself through, is what I've started to think about. And what I want to do is, I don't think I'm really depressed anymore. People always tell me I am, but I'm like, really? I'm quiet and I'm to myself sometimes, and I like to keep things to myself. So the people that do know about them, some of them are just like, they're confused like I'm confused, and some of them think I'm depressed, something I don't. Like, I remember I used to call Mia like all the time and be like, Mia, I don't know what to do, like, I'm going crazy, what do I do? Mia has sat with me in my car, and we sat there and talked about this for like ever, it seems like endless hours. But at one point it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't sit here and love somebody who's never gonna love you back, or someone who's never gonna accept themselves or whatever it is for who they are. And I don't know, this person claims still to be straight or whatever it is, but I will know. I'm trying to no longer look for that person, because that is just such a toxic relationship where it's like, why am I going to keep bringing myself down, and what my worth is and what I have to offer the world? Like, I know how amazing of a person I am, and I know what I have to offer and give, and I'm not going to sit here and let someone who just I met destroy everything that I worked for. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, I guess, I don't know, this video's probably all over, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm just speaking. I'm trying not to really edit it. I'm speaking what's on my mind, and I have been going through a heartbreak for months now, and it's crazy. I think the reason why I can't get over it is because I'm dumb enough to allow this person back into my life, you know? If you guys go through my Instagram, you will you can tell by my posts all the time. And I don't know, I really don't want to make a video about this, but I feel like it's maybe something that you guys can relate to if you've ever fallen in love with somebody who doesn't love you back, or someone who just kind of played you as a fool and played games with you and used you to benefit themselves in one way or another, or make themselves feel better knowing that they had someone who was in love with them but they didn't love you. I don't know, do you guys get what I'm saying? It's literally unrequited love. And I saw this thing, and I have it on my Instagram, and it says, unrequited love is like drowning but you won't fucking die. That's literally how it felt for a long time. And now I have noticed that I've started to get out of that funk a little bit, and I want to be completely out of it. So that's why I've been taking days off of work and trying to get back onto YouTube and trying to like just hang out with people who are not involved with that industry, because that industry can be really dark too, and trying to just avoid this person as much as I love them. It's like I said, just because you love drugs doesn't mean that you should do them. But let me know in the comments down below if any of you guys have ever gone through anything horrible like this. And I guess that's pretty much it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.